We're back in the studio talking about really cool things like manifesting, making your dreams come true. We're already doing this as, you know, during the commercial break, but now we'd like to invite you into this discussion. We're joined by she's our resident psychic, right?
Exactly.
She's our resident psychic medium on daytime. We just love having her on, and she inspires all of us. And when she leaves, I'm like, yeah, I got to do this, got to do that. Anyway, and a lot of you are doing that too, because I hear about it. We're joined by Sue-Ann Bavlinka of Live in the Divine Lane.
Life in the Divine
Lane.com. I should have known that. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Well,
this is our last one before Christmas.
I know.
Yeah,
that's right.
Kind of the big show.
I almost feel like I should have on my hat.
You should put on your Santa hat,
his
cowboy Santa hat. He wore it for our workout segment, though. So last time you were with us, we talked about vision boards.
Yes.
And goal setting.
Yes, we did. And I want to ask, did you do yours?
It's funny because, Sue-Ann, I have absolutely thought about it, but I haven't done it. I am going to do it. So when you see me in the new year...
You can't lie to a psychic.
No,
so
you
that's
can't.
What I was telling
No, you can't. So I am going to do it.
No, you can't. My husband knows that all too well.
Okay.
But the thing is...
Your husband's a nice guy. Come on, give him a break. I will do it.
He's a nice guy. But see, that's the thing. Remember 3 shows ago, I said you have to be able to ask the question, accept the answer, and act upon it.
Right.
So I can give you these things to do, but if you don't do them, things don't get done.
Well, what if we just thought
that
about
has
doing
happened.
it?
The not done has happened.
Right.
There you go.
But it will. Like, let's say over the holidays, I think that's when we're going to do it. We've been looking at magazines, and actually my boyfriend's really excited about making a vision board.
No, it's good. And I just want we need to reiterate to the audience what this is. So dream board premise is, in the middle of the dream board, you put a picture of yourself. If you're going to do it as a couple, put a picture of yourself and your boyfriend, spouse, significant other.
I'm writing it down this time because
I'll be checking in January.
I know you will.
And then the next thing is you put the religious symbol above that is significant to you, whatever that may be.
For him, it might be like a Rush sign, like from the band.
That's right.
And I want to say to you, I want to say to you also that you don't need to get a particularly recent picture. Put something up there that you want to look at.
Me with hair.
So every time you look at the picture, you don't go, oh, I need to lose 10 pounds, or oh, I don't like that haircut.
I see.
It's something, this has to be a very positive, positive experience.
Yes.
And it's funny that I just want to reiterate also, because I had a lot of questions after we talked about that. What kinds of things can I put up there?
Yeah.
Oh,
anything. Anything that you think of. Even if it's quite common, people have bills that have been looming for quite some time. See, bring it back to the 4 of your mind. And it brings up focus. Keep moving and watch how things play themselves out, and it gets better.
Okay.
So pictures of cars or jobs.
Where do you put it on the thing? I'm saying, so there's a religious symbol, there's me. Where do we put it on the side?
Anywhere you want.
Oh, cool.
This is your thing.
Okay,
but
so
you have to frame it. And then you put that statement at the bottom, this or, what was it? This or anything in its perfect timing, was how it went.
Anything in its perfect timing. I'm writing this down.
I'm putting
in
it
its
too.
perfect timing.
If you're stuck, I will email that to you.
But
what I want to segue this into, because this is our last show before Christmas, and now we're getting together as families, and we know how heated that can be. Not everybody's family has joy and bliss at Christmas time. I get a lot of that with the people that sit in front of me. A major part of the reading is about family issues. What's gone on with parents, what's gone on with siblings, how it's affected them, how it's affected them forever, the years and years. You know, it's a good time now, this is why I'm putting it in everyone's mind. Take that moment to sit and think about what went on last year, and the things that were said, and the comments that were made, and step outside of those situations. So now you're the friend watching it play itself out. You gain different perspective. Listen to what they're saying to you and how you're hearing what's said. So you can enter this year's family gathering and not be so susceptible to having buttons pushed.
Yeah, or what can we do to alleviate the tension? You know, if you're looking at it from an outside standpoint, is there something you know, are there certain situations where you should be approaching someone before the big family dinner? Maybe
Not
give
necessarily.
someone a call or...
Not necessarily, because if you start to understand what your role and responsibility is in all of this, and that's what I say to people a lot, and it's true when you think about it. If you work on yourself, if you work out the issues within self, then you don't have that button that can be pushed. If you've gotten under the issue and understand why it inspired you to feel that way to begin with, then that situation can't exist because it doesn't exist in you. Do you see what I'm saying to you?
I do.
So that's the work that
That should be done before we get together with our families.
exactly. So these things can start to be resolved. Then you'll come up with the words and the positive things that you need to say to them, because then you'll see the areas that they might have been hurting.
Yeah.
So maybe it was their weakness after all that was feeding on something with you. So you can say that inspiring word to put the fire out.
Yeah.
And move forward.
And try, like we all have more evolved selves within us. Try to always come from our more evolved, higher self. Right?
Exactly, which segues into it's Christmas. Right? And it's supposed to be a very religious, spiritual time of the year. It's a positive time of the year. It's a birth. It's a rebirth of self. So take the time to think about all of those things, even if you don't want to become more religious this year. Take a moment to think about what it means to you.
Right.
Because just going there in of itself can change your outcome.
Just sitting down for a second, alone,
Have
quiet.
that moment. You know, if we fix ourselves, we change the world.
You know, that is so true, because lately I've been thinking about that. Christmas has been the last few years since my father died, my mom was sick. I've had horrible ones, but now I look and I have kids and I'm like, hello.
Yeah.
You know, and you have to take, like you said, take account of what is good.
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly.
And there's so much more to it than just that.
And remember, in spite of how you're feeling,
Yeah.
those are the memories that you're creating for them.
That's exactly what my wife
So-
said too. Women are smart, aren't
Yes,
they? It's
no,
so true.
fellow wife.
Yeah. It's
The
true.
thing is, you got to step outside of it and move on, because you're remembering all the Christmases that were so special to you
Right.
with your parents. So
And they all
this
deserve
is their
that too.
moment.
Yeah.
Give it
Bingo.
to them.
All in all, coming from a positive place.
Yeah.
Just
Always
like you
a positive
Yep.
place.
You always come from a
Thank
positive
you very
place
much.
too. Sue-Ann Bavlinka.
Gonna get that dream board done, Sue-Ann.
I know.
You'd
we
better.
will.
I'll be asking.
When you
I
come
know
back
you
in
will.
January, we will both have it.
Yeah.
Maybe Christian will bring his in to show it. No,
Oh, you wanna see it.
that's
Mine'll
so
be very
personal.
interesting.
No, I'm kidding. All right. Well, Sue-Ann's website is on our site, rogerstudio.com/daytime. More of Daytime after the break. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue-Ann.
That was super.